You know where he is? Do you know where he is? You obviously know where he is.
Opinions and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of this network, their group, or other organization they may be involved with.
Good morning, and how are you guys doing out there in the land of the internet and those places that you're probably hiding? I am live from Tombstone. That's right, we're live out here on the boulevard right now. A little downtown, give you guys a taste of it. In the 1800s, this place was hustling and bustling. You know, we kept up with Chicago and New York City here in this little town, all the way down to oysters, fish, and we even had things brought in from California on the normal. We had ice cream here. Yes, the famous Wyatt Earp ate ice cream, believe it or not. So this town right here is famous for many, many, many things, depending on what you want to talk about, depending on what you want to get into. Gunfighting, food, culture, love, hysteria, even the cowboy thing. Wondered why they bond there. You know, this is a lot like when men stick around and want to see who's got a bigger, you know what? Cowboys, the caballeros would sit around at night and they would fling these things around to show their stature, to show their ability, actually to show off their right of being a cowboy. I know it seems pretty strange, right? But the whole idea is these outlaws, these young men use these tools. These tools were more than just firearms. These were ranch hand tools that we use, and thus we're evading animals, taking care of other animals on our property, and dealing with it. Now, in the 1800s, it would be a little different. You notice a vast difference on this trade in the 1800s. There'd probably be more people working this morning. There'd probably be more people getting out here trying to get their stuff on because it is Monday after all. What does Monday bring you? The idea is, did the outlaw really get away with all these things that people talk about? Well, we gotta think about it for a moment. They had the Pony Express. They were sending messages back and forth, so they did not have radios like they had now. So the police or the sheriffs were sometimes late to the situation. Whether it was 1 day or 5 days late, sometimes they were even a week or so late to it. Can you imagine that? Dealing with the police, and all of a sudden, a week later, they show up. Well, here in Tombstone, we have a different way of dealing with things. All the way here to Tombstone, and they seem they got my here sign. Politicians. What are more than a politician? More than overpaid jerks and tight suits. I couldn't fit into a suit. A little hot there in the summertime. And especially, my spurs look a little funny in them. What? Get out of here! Get out of here! So, in 1849, Tombstone started to undergo a massive change. The massive change was technology. Wyatt Earp and his brothers had already made the vendetta run. Morgan has already been dead at this point, and these boys were going out looking for blood. Wyatt Earp got together with a few of his friends, and they decided that they were going to go out on a vendetta. Now, how crazy is that, a vendetta run? You're going to ride out, you're going to kill, you're going to hunt down every last cowboy that messed with your family. Now, to me, that sounds all right. The 1890s were a tumultuous time for us. President Polk was trying to decide what he was doing. The United States government was undergoing a change, fighting with the Indians. Not only were they fighting with the Indians, but the Apache were actually running and hiding. They couldn't get the Apache on anything, so they had to get them on war crimes. Geronimo held out in the mountains for 27 days. No food, no water, waiting for his constituents to come and bring him relief. They did bring relief in the form of horses and food. Think about that for a second. That's some serious stuff. An outlaw. Think about it for a second. For all these crimes that you're doing, you got men following you and chasing you. Wyatt Earp was no slouch. If Wyatt Earp was chasing you, there was a good chance that he, Pat Masterson, and Alan Holson, they would find you. Now the idea is these guys were some serious hombres.
Most of you don't know this, but I don't really do the whole foam thing. Foam cups kind of freak me out. It's something about the texture, something about the static that it builds. Let me demonstrate. As I have it, I just hold on to it, and then wow, trip out on that somehow. It's just this weird static that happens. Hey, be good to yourself and stay away from the foam.
All right, well, y'all saw me walking around there trying to find the perfect stop, the perfect place for y'all. And I decided we got a little bit of time to share with each other. Maybe, just maybe today, I would go into these endeavors with you. Now, you guys have seen me post a video, a live video of a ghost haunting. Well, I found it here in Tombstone at a coffee shop right across the street at the Undertaker's. I have not gone in there to talk to these gentlemen yet to find out if it is quite okay for me to come in there and film. So we're waiting. For those of you watching, thank you for liking and sharing, and keep sharing this thing. Share. Get it out there on all the pages that you possibly can. This will help me and you. So, is my audio there? Am I sounding terrible? What a beautiful morning it is in Tombstone. You know, it doesn't get much better in Tombstone. The weather is fine. One has a beautiful, fine hat that he's wearing. And when you're carrying heat with you, all you can do is wonder, what can you do better about it? Now, you know, when I decided to move to Tombstone, people said to me, man, You are crazy. You're going to leave California. You're going to go to a sleepy little town of 1,400 people. Now, with that being said, that's the size of my graduating class, okay? I graduated with 1,477 students. So you would think that me in this here little town, I would probably figure it out. Now, with that being said, moving to Tombstone, making a change like that, being from Hollywood and being from the hustle and bustle of my life, I wanted to slow down. Now, the idea for my wife and I to slow down, it doesn't mean get a ranch. It doesn't mean get a bunch of animals. It doesn't mean live out off the land. What it means is get back to being comfortable again. Getting back to where you can be comfortable again with yourself. I know, I know. That sounds like a wild thing. You're probably thinking, Wayne, what the hell is wrong with you this morning? Well, I will tell you what's wrong with me this morning. The internet is what is wrong with me this morning. I woke up this morning and I was on fire. All I kept thinking about is the world around me and all the things around me. And I thought, instead of complaining, I would actually just do my part.
Discover the treasure trove of flavors at Miss Jolly's Munchie Factory. Satisfy your cravings with our award-winning treats. Follow us on Instagram at Captain Rogers705. Let Miss Jolly's Munchie Factory lift your spirits. Experience the comforting embrace of our freshly prepared soups and infused cornbread.
So in the 1800s, when we would come to the theater or a night at the theater, you would talk about what would you like to go see? You didn't have the choices of 800 movies. You didn't have a choices of all this popcorn. You didn't have a choice of what you did or what you wore. It was all black, of course. But you did go to the theater. And the theater that you would go to was this very powerful theater. The idea that people would come from across the nation to come to this theater, the Birdcage Theater. Do you know this is the first place that brought the hoochie coochie, or excuse me, dancing here, where the young ladies would show their body parts for young men? Could you imagine that? They would dance on the ceiling, and they had shows of all kinds, all the way from Shakespeare all the way down to, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Adult content, my friends.
Are you a Northern Ontario resident searching for credible information on cannabis as a medicine? No Sir is here to help. Established in 2013, Northern Ontario Cannabis Education and Resources is here for you. No Sir Director Kim Cooper brings you 45 plus years experience utilizing cannabis as a medicine, and she is spreading that education across the North. Activism, referrals, resources, and more at No Sir. Don't be a jackass. Say no, sir, to propaganda with No Sir. Find them at www.nocer.ca.
Well, I was telling you about a night at the theater, was I not? I was telling you about how exciting the night at the theater would be. Could you imagine riding up to your theater in your carriage? Then you come to the theater. The Birdcage Theater. Famous. Man, there was more happening here at one time than anywhere in Hollywood throughout its career. For just this one moment in time. The Birdcage. This place has seen the likes of Wild Bill Peacock has come into this place to show off his ladies. And Morgan Earth, all the Earth brothers came inside here. They actually came here to take care of business as well as watching the ladies dance. So as well as watching them do the hoochie coochie, do their dancing and whatnot, gentlemen would get around to take care of their business. Sometimes it would be endeavors that are quite against the law, and other times it would be high on the course. Now, as we always talk about it, this theater had a balcony section where the ladies and the men would sit and watch and or perform. Then while they were performing down in the center, they would have gambling going on, and they would hold out on their own. Now, when I mean hold out, they would be in here for days at a time playing poker. Some of these guys would actually go and sleep in the poker hall because the idea is that they didn't want to lose out on what they had. How crazy is that? Now, I'm not a gambling man personally. That is not my forte. I don't really care for losing my money. I mean, I like to keep my money, but when you're gambling and you're losing your money, that is the thing that's got to make you wonder. Now, at the birdcage, we think about this over and over. The theater, the night of the theater, when you would go to the theater with your significant other, or maybe you wanted to go out on the night on the town with your friends, and you would dress up. You would come down, you would see what the marquee said out front. What would be on the marquee? Now, depending if you had dancers, depending if you had singers, depending if you had actors showing up here, everything would show up in this place, and it's quite amazing because at that time, think about it for one moment. Man, we were pushing the limits of all this with Christianity falling over on people. And you had a place like this where ladies were taking their clothes off. This had to be a house of ill repute. Well, maybe not ill repute, but if you are so kind and so nice, maybe I'll take you into the lobby and show you around. Because, for me, this place is quite intriguing. Now, I'll be honest with you. I got to walk through here a few days ago and check it out. And while I was in there, someone patted me on the ass, and it was not my wife. I got to tell you, it was rather interesting because it felt good. But I'm not going to say that because y'all will think I'm a weirdo talking about ghosts grabbing my butt and all that. But it doesn't matter. So if you guys get a chance to come to Tombstone, you should come and see all the stuff here. Now, I'm gonna go here for 1 second. I have lived my 50-some years of life as being a Scrooge. I have prided myself on being a Scrooge. I have prided myself on, not even stomaching the flavor of Christmas because I consider myself to be a very good pagan, of course. And all of a sudden, here I am in this little town. We light up a Christmas tree, and suddenly, man, I'm living a Hallmark story. Suddenly, I want to put on my Christmas clothes and be like, Merry Christmas to all. Maybe not. That's bullshit. You know what? I digress. You guys caught me. We're about to go for a commercial break here, but I will take you for a little walk before the commercial break. No. I'm going to wait until after the commercial break. Hey, by the way, if you are watching this, thank you so very much because, there are a million other streamers out there streaming and you could be watching every single one of them, but you chose to come and hang out with me. So, guys, God bless. Pass the ammo.
Well, there went my Uber.
Pretty wild to think about the things they did here. That's the original bar in that there room. It really is. The piano is as well. Piano has a life of itself. It has an energy of itself. You really can't beat it. It's pretty insane. But while I'm here, you're here, and we're hanging out together. Stick there.
Hey, hi, my name is John Mark, aka Sublimator Warrior, and I would like to welcome you to Smoke Signal in Tyndinaga.
One dab make your whole dome drip sweat. One dab make the homies all dip set. One dab, only really need one dab. One dab.
Smoke Signal is a medical dispensary where you can get all your products and needs.
Start vaping a whole bunch. Might just start laying up the blunts. God. Ooey, gooey, that's a sticky dab. Sticky dab. Might just have to put this one on Instagram. Go and hold it in, feel it in your ribs.
So come and check us out in Tyndinaga. 55 Highway 49 in Tyndinaga. It's on the res, and we're open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week.
Discover the treasure trove of flavors at Miss Jolly's Munchie Factory. Satisfy your cravings with our award-winning treats. Follow us on Instagram at Captain Rogers 705. Let Miss Jolly's Munchie Factory lift your spirits. Experience the comforting embrace of our freshly prepared soups and infused cornbread.
Well, sit down for a moment because the breeze is just a little crazy this morning. Yeah. I lost my pin this morning. I was a little upset for about 30 seconds. It's a pin that I wear in my hat. That's a sword fighting pin because, well, I'm a sword fighter as well as a gunfighter. But I lost it, but it's all right. I got another one at the house. The whole idea, you have things that you lose, when we gain these things to lose these things. I know that doesn't make any sense, but we gather things to our life to have, to hold on to. And as we start to lose things, this is what gives us that value of like, oh, I used to have this 1955. I used to have this. I used to have that. Doesn't really matter. Well, right? Well, since we're hanging out a little bit, maybe we'll play you guys a little bit something.
Birdcage Theater. That's right, the Birdcage Theater, Tombstone, Arizona. This little building showed up in 1881, and they showed the acts of all the troubadours from across the United States. All the way from Shakespeare, all the way to the dancing girls. There's a reason they call it the Birdcage, after all. Some of the finest deals were made here in this here building. Some while playing poker, others while watching the ladies of the night. Birdcage Theater, Tombstone, Arizona.
Ooh-wee, boy, that place really does get around, don't it? Now, I'm just a fan of it. I've been a fan of the Birdcage ever since I heard the first time that it was haunted. Ever since the first time that I heard Black Mariah was here, I've been connected to this little old building for a very long time, and I didn't even know it until I got here. As soon as I got here, I realized, yeah, I really do love this little Birdcage. Now, there's a few other buildings here in town that I get the same feeling from, but the Birdcage definitely has its own historical je ne sais quoi to it. A lot of these different areas that we have here have a different feel to it. A lot of it has been rebuilt over after the fire because this town did go up in fire, by the way. So a lot of these buildings are not original. The Birdcage is original, though. That's one of our original buildings here in town.
y'all. How you doing today? Hopefully your Friday is going to be outstanding. Hopefully nothing gets in the way of it. Like, the Pony Express running late. Or maybe the Pinkertons are following you. Or maybe you're on Santa's bad list. However you call it, come to Tombstone, Arizona.
Are you on Santa's bad list? I don't know. I'm on a list, and I don't know if it's good or if it's bad, to be honest with you. But I am on a list, and I'll be happy to say it's a good list to be on. The good list, the list that, I'm on a list of people that had voted, who got out for the United States of America and voted and made it count. And I love the fact that we have these opportunities here. That America is still America if you still want that freedom. And I love her very, very, very much so. I love her so much that I get to walk down these beautiful streets right here. And I get to have freedom. Freedom is something that we take for granted. F is for fighting and the R is for red. E, we elect them. E, we eject them in the land of the free and the home of the opportunity. D is for dying. O is for overture. And then we cover the M with the manure. It's freedom, baby. If you don't have freedom, what do you have? If you don't have freedom, you might as well live in China or something. I don't know about that. It could be worse. It could be better. But what do you think? What do you think? He doesn't say. He doesn't say much. But the idea here is that freedom is still a powerful thing for each and every one of us every single day. You know what? Get out. Get out and witness your freedom. Get out and vote. Get out and be a part of something. Get out and say something that is so important. Because if you're going to sit back, you are going to sit back. That makes you a victim. And victims around here just died. Now, with that being said, come on, let's think about it. Man, this country is so beautiful. My dad fought 2 wars, lied his age to join up in a little place. Yes, my dad lied his age at 15 years old to go to Pearl Harbor. So think about it for a second. What are you doing with your life to make a change? Are you making that change? Have you had the opportunity to make that change? Are you about to make a change? You know what? Most people talk about it. When are you ever going to be about it? Talk is cheap. So remember, if you want to keep talking, put your money where your mouth is. Ain't they beautiful? More beautiful than anything you've ever seen. Boy, I love them. We're going to sit right here. You guys missed that. My phone fell out of the carousel, and I caught it like a super rock star. Hey. Yeah, as we walk around these streets, I'm reminded over and over of how much I just love my beautiful country. And I hope you guys love it as well. I hope you guys can find something to be happy about in your country and in your state, in your area that you're in. Because, hey, we need it, kids. Well, you know what? Something I haven't done yet today. I haven't done this for you, and I haven't done this for me yet. So today, I will leave us with a better note. Why don't we take care of some business and take care of a little commercial action? Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Discover the treasure trove of flavors at Miss Jolly's Munchie Factory. Satisfy your cravings with our award-winning treats. Follow us on Instagram at Captain Rogers 705. Let Miss Jolly's Munchie Factory lift your spirits. Experience the comforting embrace of our freshly prepared soups and infused cornbread.
Hey, hi, my name is John Mark, aka Sublimator Warrior, and I would like to welcome you to Smoke Signal in Tyndinaga.
One dab make your whole dome drip sweat. One dab make the homies all dip set. One dab, only really need one dab. One dab.
Smoke Signal is a medical dispensary where you can get all your products and needs.
Start vaping a whole bunch. Might just start laying up the blunts. God. Ooey, ooey, gooey, that's a sticky dab. Sticky dab. Might just have to put this one on Instagram. Go and hold it in, feel it in your ribs.
So come and check us out in Tyndinaga. 55 Highway 49 in Tyndinaga. It's on the res, and we're open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week.
Tune in daily to NOK Network's diverse podcasting lineup. Ganja News Update, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Tara Simpson and Ron McNabb. Waking Up with the Wayniac, Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific with Wayne Cruz from sunny California. Grow 420, Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern with Ron McNabb. Psychedelic Reporters, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Hobbies Puppets and Tara Simpson. Peace, News and Views, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Sir Stevo and Kim Cooper. Thursdays we have Open Your Eye with Kim Cooper and Tara Simpson, 8 p.m. Eastern. Followed by Thursday Night Vibes at 9:15 p.m. Eastern with Master and Mama Rochi. The IWK 710 Daily Sesh airs 7 nights a week with our rotating joint hosts nightly at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for tuning in to all the podcasting on NOK Network.
Join us for NOK Network monthly specials, 12 months a year. Movie nights. Spotlights on entertainment. And live on location coverage. Stay up to date about upcoming programming by subscribing to NOK Network on Rumble, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Twitch, and Facebook. Check out our webpage at www.noknetwork.com.
Advertising space available at NOK. Contact us for a rate sheet at knocknetwork.com.
Hey, dudes and dudettes. Enjoy the show, man.
Well, you join me again back here live in Tombstone, Arizona, right down here on Allen Street. And guys, if you ever wanted to see it or wanted to know what it's about, there are tours here daily that you can come down here. It is a tourist place, and it's also a place of history that you can kind of get your magic in. And when I say your magic in is because some of us come here and get that feeling of when you were a little boy, when you wanted to be a cowboy or play Indians. You know, people don't play cowboys and Indians that much anymore because that is not the thing to do. But when I come here, something about my inner little 12-year-old gets sparked. Something about the Wild West and what it does. The fact that maybe my ancestors might have had something to do with it. And maybe yours did too. If you think about your founding fathers, you know, when you're driving on the highway, you get tired, you want to pull over to the gas station. Maybe you want to get some water and use the restroom. Our founding fathers did not have that. You know, when they were in carriages, they went across the United States in those carriages. Crushed in there with sometimes 4 to 8 people and their family and all of their goods, carrying across their china hutch and their dressers, their hat boxes, and everything else that went along with it. You know, when you broke down, you didn't just get the call for AAA and have them come and fix you. So, and to definitely give you a different perspective of what is going on and what has gone on. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree. Some days you just need a little more than others. thought it was going to be that time. We're starting to get people down here all over the promenade. And, when the people start walking down the promenade, all you can do is just do this. Behind us.
Logistics of teamwork is everybody as a team works, and not one is not like, oh shit, oh man, am I high? Well, back to the hard work, the teamwork, right? Everybody doing something. Everybody is working all the hard things. Oh man, whew, I'm getting so darn tired. If not everybody's working together, the other person's here, I'm ready for a break. Oh gosh, man, I wish I had some help with all this hard work.
Yeah, hard work, determination, logistics, all that stuff makes it kind of difficult when you're trying to get through life and yet your hands are tied behind your back. I mean, tied behind your back? What do you mean you know about your hands tied behind your back? Most of the time you don't know what I'm talking about. Well, you're back. You didn't leave. I'm kind of surprised. I thought you guys would kind of get bored of certain things and probably take off. Well, as I stand around here at Tombstone or sit around here at Tombstone, I start to think about the things that I want to do. I want to get out and I want to see some things. I think I want to get some barbecue. I think I want to get out. I want to see my wife do some dancing too while I'm at it. Think that's crazy?
Good day, y'all. How you doing today? Hopefully your Friday is going to be outstanding. And hopefully nothing gets in the way of it. Like, the Pony Express running late. Or maybe the Pinkertons are following you. Or maybe you're on Santa's bad list. However you call it, come to Tombstone, Arizona.
You can't beat it. You really can't beat it. When you start hunting around for things to do, so we today, let's bring this one back, man. Those taxi cabs, one of these days, they're not going to be so polluting like. Well, y'all, you're all hanging out with me this fine morning. You got to see the bird cage. We got the little walk down the endeavors of a fine street, a fine place, Tombstone, Arizona. You know, I think today's been a wonderful day. Thank you for joining up with me, guys. Give me this opportunity to walk with you live down the street because, you know, if it wasn't for you, I'd probably be here all alone. Seriously, I'd probably be here all alone. Seems like a good place to stop. Got garland everywhere, got tinsel everywhere. Now, there is a street down here that I'll show you guys, a street that has a light that has garland on it year round. People are wondering, why do we have a street light here in Tombstone that has garland on it year round? Well, that is a place where a certain familiar and famous gentleman was killed. So therefore, that was Christmas morning he was killed, by the way. So, you know, as we're looking around there, we started looking around there. Bricks. You got some good soap there. That's good stuff. That is the good stuff. Now, I'm keeping away from down there because they're working right now. And I do not want to get in the way of my friends working because that would not be cool. You know, if they're out making their money, trying to make their thing going, the last thing they need is a guy like me coming down there and interrupting. You know, so we won't. We won't interrupt. We'll just carry on with what we're doing down here. Oh, yeah. Harley Davidson, the real iron horse of Arizona. You know, a lot of people don't know that, but this is a beautiful riding capital down here. Now, why it is down here, helmets are a law here that you can or cannot abide by. So therefore, you got a lot of people riding down here with no helmets, and they do love it. Those bikers do, for sure. You know, so maybe I should show you a few more things here before we carry on. I was telling you about the famous old story of Wyatt Earp liking ice cream. That's why I'm sitting in front of this ice cream shop right here. Yes, Wyatt Earp had a thing for ice cream. He had a Sunday date that he would meet every Sunday. It was not his wife nor his girlfriend. They would have coffee and ice cream together. That's right. Wyatt Earp would come down and have coffee and ice cream because he was quite into that. Sounds a little like something that some of us are into, huh? Well, by the way, well, we're getting down to that time, y'all, and I do appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me this morning because, hey, if it wasn't for you, I'd be sitting here all alone, which, by the way, never gets old. But I do appreciate y'all being here and having some fun with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And remember to keep yourself straight, keep yourself safe. Because out on the mean streets, man, let me tell you, things are going to be changing every day from here on out. So it's up to you to make that change. And I know that change too, because, you know, someone was telling me earlier, someone was giving me an idea. And I told them that only by doing this with ourselves and sticking through with what we do, we can learn with each other. Now, there's the same as kids are in school. It's like teachers are teachers. You know, they teach each other, learn, blah, blah, blah. I'm learning so much while I'm here in Tombstone. Just the new magistrate, the things work, the new people, the new law. Trying not to step on too many toes, but you know.
Yes, hello. Fitness is so important to us. Like you want to fit into those jeans and the shorts. You want to feel lovely again. Fitness. Okay. I need to run.
Exercise is definitely one of those things we should carry through. You know, you don't want to be a fat slob. I mean, do we? I mean, unless that's your thing that you want to be or you aim for. I personally want more out of it. And so should you. You know, every show I play the same video for you guys. Every show I show a good friend of mine doing an amazing act. And I want you guys to remember this act is something that you too can get into. First, let's go backwards. We'll go forwards and backwards at the same time.
Can't argue with stupid. You just can't.
No, you cannot argue with stupid. Guys, by the way, thank you for hanging out with me this fine day. Thank you for hanging out with me here in Tombstone. And by the way, be good to yourself and treat yourself with love and respect.
And we're going to do it. I need dead silence. And then when I get it all the way down, I'm going to turn so you can all see it. And you're going to erupt in applause.
This is weird.
Yes? Yes?
My ex used to say the same thing.
Okay, I believe you. Here we go. Dead silence.
I love that video. Every time I see it, something about it, something is. Well, I'm joking. Guys, thank you for hanging out with me because, it's I hope your Tuesday is being full of goodness because, hey, my Uncle Ron stopped by and left some words for you.
I believe the saying is, one who lives in a golden canoe must never throw rocks at a plastic dinghy. You need to get your facts straight when you put them out there on the internet.
Well, from me to you, live from Tombstone, I hope you come and check out some more. And if you get a chance to come to Tombstone, come on down and hang out with me for a little while. If you don't, that's quite all right. There's plenty of videos and plenty of things for you to see here in Tombstone. Guys, I really do appreciate the time that I got to spend with you this fine day. Thank you so very much. God bless, pass the ammo, and I hope that your day is outstanding.